Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of appropriate ages, I'm Bruce, aka Haunted Husband, and welcome back to Lacuna. Now, if this is your first time or your 100th time on my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. By subscribing, you'll be notified when my videos go live daily. I cover a lot of indie demos, indie games, and great content like this from indie developers. So if you're into all things indie, you found the right place. Smash that subscribe button right now. As you noticed in my intro, I said welcome back to Lacuna. I actually covered the prologue of this a year ago, and there's probably a link to it somewhere at the top of the screen. You should definitely go watch the prologue before watching this video. That way you get kind of a gist of what's happening. This takes directly after the prologue, of course. And it's kind of funny because this starts right where my last video ended, so it's kind of a perfect transition. But if you're not going to watch that, well, let me tell you what Lacuna is all about. A murder, a hack, a bombing. All it takes is to plunge the solar system into war. Unless you do something about it. Help CDI agent Neil Conrad make a string of increasingly difficult decisions in this modern dialogue-driven adventure set in a gorgeous 2D sci-fi noir universe. Ooh, that was a lot to say. I'd like to give a big shout out and thanks to Digitales Interactive for hooking me up with a code so I can do this. They celebrated their 1-year anniversary last month. So definitely go check this out. It's currently on the Steam sale at the moment. You can get this for a whopping $8. And they have several other bundles available as well. If you want to get the Dark Side Detective or Chicken Police or something like that. A lot of great bundles. So definitely go check it out. Once again, that'll be in the description below. There'll be a link directly to the Steam page where you can go buy it or wishlist it for yourself. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. Click the mouse pointer, stop. Mouse pointer, there we go. Pick my nose, oh you can't see that, never mind. And I presume it's called Lacuna. That's just how I pronounce it in my head.
Even after 10 years, meeting your ex still feels kind of strange. Or maybe it doesn't if you don't still have feelings for her. Maybe it doesn't if the whole world isn't on the brink of war. I don't even know why I agreed to see Kat that day. My thoughts were still lingering on my work. My unit was responsible for the safety of one of the most important visitors Yara had seen in a long time. Joseph Banny, foreign minister of Drovia. Whatever came of his negotiations with our president could make or break the relationship between our planets for generations to come. Yet here I was, fighting with my ex about how often I should call my daughter, pretending that it mattered.
And you can find out more about Drovia and things of the planet in the prologue. So definitely go check that video out. This is Kat, Neil. Did you hear what I said? Sorry, I got distracted for a second. Were you listening to the radio? I'm sorry, Kat. They were talking about Baney. This whole thing has really put me on edge. You haven't changed a bit. You know how important it is this time. Yeah, that's what you say every time. Boy, have I been there. Let's get back to Laura. That's why we're here, right? I don't know what else to say. You never visit her. You don't even call her back. You're being unfair. I watched that awful movie with her that you didn't want to see. Come on, that was over a month ago. And you've barely responded to her messages ever since. I understand how you can treat her like that. She deserves better. You ain't got nothing to say to that. It's impossible to come back from that, to be honest with you. You can't say, well, my work keeps your roof over your head and clothes on her back. Like, that's not going to the argument, I guarantee you. Honestly, I don't like spending time at her place. That's kind of a fair response. What? I'm not going to lie. It reminds me of our life together. You never seemed to care much at the time. You keep telling yourself that, Kat. Sure, I'm telling myself that. You were never home. I was starting out at CDI. None of us were ever home. Whatever. We've been having this discussion for a decade. Damn. Laura's a teenager now, and it'd be good for her if she had a second parent to talk to. And good for me, frankly. Look, I'll try to do better. Great. Why don't you go up to her right now then? She's home and I won't be bothering you. I have an appointment. Yeah, okay. Really? Laura will be delighted. I have to go now. It was good to see you. You too.
As I started walking home, I felt angry at myself. Not for failing to show my daughter how much I cared for her, but for actually not caring as much as she would have deserved. At least that's what I thought I felt like at the time. I was under a lot of pressure due to Benny's visit. I found it hard to think about anything other than work.
Is that the shift button to run? Okay. Oh, are you kidding me? Let's go up this way. Gotta be kind of reluctant to use the shift button, I guess. Use it sparingly. And we hit E to go inside. Guess that's her over there. Hey, Laura. I'm trying to think if that's weird or not. Do I call her? Like, I only call my daughter by her first name. Like, if she's in trouble. Normally, I call her by, like, a pet name or something sweet or... But, I mean, she's a teenager. I guess you would just call her by her first name. Oh, hi, Dad. Hi. At least she's not calling him Neil. That's... To me, that's some worse. Like, when your kids start calling you by your first name, I flippin' hate that. You working on your novel? Yeah. Yeah, no. Please don't stop looking over the screen. It's still very rough. What are you doing here? Thought I'd stop by to say hello. Haven't had much time for that lately. Did Mom send you? Kind of, but she can't really send me anywhere. I came because I wanted to. Okay. So how's that novel coming along? Will I ever get to read it? I'm working on a different text right now. I haven't had much time for the novel lately. I'm at writing contest, don't you remember? I made it into the second round. Hey, not bad. That's great. I have to knock it out of the park because I have to make it to the finals. All the finalists participate in a workshop led by Hannah Slater. That would be awesome. Who is that? You don't know her? Seriously? She wrote The Tree and the Asteroid? She's the best. Sounds good. I'm sure you'll make it. At least one of us is optimistic. I need to finish this within the next 2 days and I'm still stuck. And it still sucks. I'll leave it to you then. Let me know if you want to go watch another movie. You did like the last one after all, didn't you? I hated it. Sure you did. See you soon, Dad. Can I... Don't look at the screen, Dad. No, okay, sorry, jeez. Is that a ladder to the next level of the floor? It said gamepad to work as well. Holy hell, they do. I'm going to use that instead. That way my keys won't get sticky. A to download the news. News downloaded. How do I... How about controls? Move, sprint, interact, toggle investigation. Toggle cell, confirm, back. Open keypad. That's that. There we go. Whoa, that's a lot of text. Benny's Symbolic Visit. It's by the Garon Daily. Commentary by Laura Nigen. This morning, after a 6-week journey through space, the most important guest of the year is in Planetary Trade Summit suddenly arrived on Gara. Drove his foreign minister, Joseph Benny. As the most radical critics of the Garian state and colonial activities, Benny has been fighting for more economic and political autonomy for Drova's part. For a while, his central demand at the summit is expected to be Drova's full emancipation from Garan rule. However, global observers don't expect President Robertson to give their demands. Drova experts in Robertson's ministry declare themselves against granting the colony more rights and liberties, especially in the light of the Savant Front's growing influence on Drovia. The Savant Front is an extremist branch of the Soviet religion. It's infamous for defending backwards anti-scientific positions. Drovian independence would inevitably lead to a stronger influence of this group in our solar system. However, Robertson doesn't want to escalate relations between our planets, and he might be forced to find compromise. Sector 2 incident 40th anniversary. This Guardian News Network. This is by Kevin Gustafson. Today marks the 40th anniversary of the tragic Sector 2 incident, which put an abrupt and permanent end to the New Jordan's colonization efforts on Drovia. That's covered in the prologue. What happens there is covered in the prologue, so definitely go watch that first video I made as well. Critical structure flaws led to a series of explosions in the colonial mines, which caused big parts of residential tunnels above to collapse, resulting in over 1,000 deaths. Independent investigation concluded that oversights in the new construction projects on the part of the New Jordan's public authorities have been dangerously negligent. Following public outcry and pressure from the interplanetary community, New Jordan was forced to shut down its colonization project on Drova for good. To this day, an addendum to the Space Travel and Planetary Protection Treaty of 1803 forbids the construction of another New Jordan colony on Drovian ground. 55-year-old Mira Main and her husband, Noah Main, are one of the incident's few survivors. Both were able to reach one of the few safe rooms when the explosion started rocking the colony, narrowly escaping certain death. Mira Main's parents weren't as lucky, however. They spent the rest of her youth as an orphan in her grandmother's care. As she tells GNN, she still suffers from PTSD to this day. Tune in tonight for our special installment when Main recounts her memories of the horrific Sector 2 incident. Sheet! Oh. Any logs? Guess I'm just going to go this direction until it... Oh. Wants me to buy cigarettes. In a post-cancer time, smoking is less lethal, but still addictive lifestyle for many. Cigarettes can be bought all across the city. Your cell's home tab lists how many cigarettes you have left. The choice is yours. Help Neil quit smoking or enjoy some nice views city over a cigarette. Neil.
I looked at my reflection in the glass and down at the layers of city below my feet. I wondered why I'd opened up to Kat about feeling weird at our old place. I didn't want her to think I still missed her. Maybe I did, because something still hurt when I saw her. Though it might just have been the memory of not getting something we wanted, of having failed. As good as we may be at making sense of things, there are some you can't work into the narrative.
Smart home. Welcome, visitor. Mr. Conrad's currently not home. That's probably because I'm standing in the hallway. Would you like to leave a message? No, it's me, Neil Conrad. Perform another scan. Scanning is currently not possible. Please contact the system administrator for information. Great. The scanner's probably busted again. I should check my cell. Maybe I got notified about it. Which button was that? That button? No, give me the tutorial. Stop it. Do I have any choice? People will message you from time to time. Select this tab to view your messages. Apartment code by A. Stevens. Dear Mr. Comrade. Hope you read this message in time. Your building's ID scanning system broke earlier today. It's currently under maintenance. As your apartment will not be able to identify you, you have to enter the backup key code, which is updated every month for security reasons. Your current code is 9264. I will keep you updated on the ID system status. I apologize for the inconvenience. Hope this matter will resolve shortly. Mr. Andrew Stevens. Yeah, shut it up. I want to enter my PIN, please. From time to time, you can be prompted to pause a sequence of numbers into a keypad. Wherever the keypad symbol is, the bottom right lights up. You can open it by pressing the X button. Once input in, okay. Now I don't remember the number. Is it 9264? Welcome home. Welcome, visitor. You entered the correct PIN, unlocking the door. Hey, Gary. So how'd the date with your ex go? Man, mind your damn business, Gary. Perfectly. What do you think? Well, I hope it's worth ditching me. Yeah, it was, Gary. I can't take looking at your face anymore. What's the situation? Our job's done for today. Benny and staff are with the President Robertson now. Tonight they are invited to a dinner with some fat cats. Things went over smoothly, nothing out of the ordinary so far. But goddamn, Benny's guys annoyed the hell out of me. They did miss an opportunity to call us colonists. One more time, and I might have punched them all in the throat. This is why I don't hang out with you, Gary. I'm just happy they're Johnson's responsibility for the rest of the day. Let's hope that we're all getting along better after the summit. I'm not so sure about that. Did you read the article about the trade summit in the news today? Yes, we did. What about Robertson not planning to give Banny anything? They've been saying that for weeks. Let's wait and see. What else do you think will happen? Droving independence? If you ask me, Banny shouldn't get anything at all. We built this whole colony after all. Anyway, the chief has scheduled a briefing tomorrow morning at 9. Don't be late. Copy that. See you tomorrow. Hey, Horace. How's it going? I'm gonna pet Horace. Horace is like, yeah. Damn, I only can do one thing. I'd have fed him. Can I smoke? The card allows you to read up on important people and places if you need a reminder. So we got people, we got factions, we got the solar system, Gar, Drovian, Milan, the Six, New Jordan, Femus. Let's see, we have the Federation, CDI. We have Catherine, Laura, Gary, and Joseph. My partner and direct superior at the CDI. My daughter, I don't see her often. Look at the factions. The strongest faction in the solar system spanning Gara as well as other nations on Themis, Lore, and multiple moons. The Central Department of Intelligence of the Garan state, headed by its director, overseen by the Attorney General. Gara, my home, the planet where humanity originated. The planet where the Garian colony called its Sector 1 is located. It's headed by the Independence. It's one of Gara's 3 moons. The 6 planets eligible for colonization in the solar system. I got a feeling I'm probably going to have to, repeat that. I mean, he's a smoker. Why should I stop him from enjoying himself? I mean, he seems to have a pretty nice apartment. I'm just gonna sleep in my clothes then. That's how this is gonna work? Okay. Hello? Conrad, it's me. Everything alright? It's not. Benny's been shot. What? How? What's his condition? He's dead. Where are you now? He's dead? Ask you where you are, Conrad. I'm at my place. I have someone pick you up. You know I don't. It's a 15-minute train ride. I'll be right there. Make it quick. Ah!
Fuck. How could that happen? I didn't even dare think about the impending political aftermath. But this was indeed murder. It couldn't be. I hope there was a mistake. Maybe Gary had gone crazy. Maybe I was dreaming. Foreign Minister Banny's death could be the tipping point in the conflict between Gyara and Drovia. This whole visit was meant to ease tensions between our planets. Now it could lead to war. The first interplanetary war. Fuck, you'll snap out of it. You'll figure this out. Focus on the task ahead.
The train station this way? Should we grab a little news? Come on. Oh, there. I ran right past it. I got locked in there for a second. I guess because the train was stopping and the animation the doors was opening to keep you from locking it up, probably. I should maybe just send like a car or something. But I mean, if I can get there faster via train than one less car on the road, I guess that's something. Okay, that's... You always gotta check the left or the opposite direction you need to go. Man, we're... There you are, comrade. It took you long enough. You know what, Gary? Go fuck yourself. Evening, Gary. Fill me in. Seems that Benny was shot by a sniper when he was out on the balcony. His secretary was with him when it happened. Clean headshot. He was dead on the spot. Staff's pretty shaken up, but nobody else is hurt. Any developments since he was shot? Anything suspicious? No, it seems that the sniper hit the target and ran. I also asked the staff if they noticed anything unusual prior to the attack. The secretary and the priest said no, and the bodyguards refused to talk to me altogether. How come? Bunch of radical Drovian nationalist conspiracy nuts. I mean, what did you expect? Not much. If they keep refusing to cooperate, I'm taking them in for obstructing our investigation. This is Gara, not some lawless rock. Hold on, did you say priest earlier? Yeah, a guy from Banny's staff. He's a spiritual advisor, somewhat prominent Soviet front member. This guy's really annoying. Colroy says he can barely keep him away from Banny's body. What's the priest trying to do? Hell if I know. Some weird ritual. Anyway, we're trying to figure out where the shot came from. It has to be opposite one of the high-rises. It has to be from one of the opposite high-rises, but we don't know which one. I've already started looking into it, and I think we can pretty much rule out the casino. They ramped up security tonight because of the big fancy event. It would be near impossible to get a gun in there. And very stupid. We need to track down the perp as soon as possible. Get up there and give Yang a hand. Copy that. Here's how big of a crap show this is, right? I can't believe he got shot. What did we miss? I mean, we checked everything. Keep tabs on everyone. Benny seemed to be in nobody's crosshairs. How in God's name could this have happened? Let's find out. Seriously, comrade, we better have quick results on our hands. If we don't, we'll all be the first in line to be out of a job. Yeah, you know, that might be war. Let's get there and see what you can find out. Look, my dude, I could get up there and check this out, but you keep talking to me. Like, I have a job to do. Stop talking to me. Report back to me when you're done. I have a few phone calls to make. No shit. Roger. See if we can find any clues out here real quick. So that's a dead end. You know, you gotta look at the whole scene first. Some sweet police vehicles. I'm stuck. That's weird. Like, every once in a while, like, I just get stuck in place. Like, there, I'm stuck in place. Like, I don't know why. I can't believe it. You better believe it, sweetheart. Ah, nothing going on, right? Oh. Yeah, Neil over here. It's always nice to see you, except, you know, it's in the middle of the night and there's a dead guy on the balcony. Yeah, well, I call that Tuesday. It's Friday. For real, I'm glad you're here. Gary's been acting like, you know, himself. I'm just setting up my mobile lab and I could use your help. Our number one priority is to find out where that shot came from. The chief already prepared a case sheet. Let me send it to you right away. Bing! Thank you so much. He wants you submitted as soon as you think you got it. Take a look around and talk to Banny's staff. Maybe they'll be closer to an answer. Got it. Oh, one more thing. We're still missing an important piece of the puzzle. We didn't find the bullet yet. Let me know if you do. Alright, I'm on it. Get nothing else? Pushing in the left trigger toggles outline mode. Looks like yellow outlines can be interacted with. People with orange outlines can be sent to tell you. Objects in blue outlines hold new information about the case. Gray outlines that tell you currently have nothing new to learn from this object. As you progress, people and objects are really interactive with might hold new information. Oh, sweet. The bullet disappeared into the wall right behind this closet. It's locked. Don't let this guy sweet talk you, Conrad. Two wooden spheres dubbed balls. So that means you them to pray together. The Scar Hotel looks like a fancy place even at a distance, maybe 150 meters away. Got a hotel there all over the city, 100 miles away from here. No, there's a way to... No. 4 Mrs. Biney, dead as it gets, clean headshot. Casino, pretty noisy place, might help disguise the sound of shot maybe 200 meters away. The Sakura Hotel looks like a fancy place even at a distance, 150 maybe. Rocket Tower, it houses some multimedia conglomerate about 300 meters away. His name is Arjun. Excuse me, sir. Are you with the CDI? I am, Neil Conrad. Pleased to meet you. I am Priest Arjun. I was Mr. Bainey's spiritual advisor. Kindly ask you to let me take off Mr. Bainey's jewelry. It's a very important part of the Soviet farewell ritual. We must free the body from the worldly possessions so they can safely cross over to the afterlife. It must be done before the soul has completely left the body and we're running out of time. I'll hand the jewelry over to the CDI right away. It has no value to me. I understand, but I can't have you moving the body. It's crucial evidence that we can't be tampered with. Do you believe in something? I'm somewhat of a nihilist. Is that what you're asking? A nihilist, but you're working for the CDI for the interests of the Guardian State. Listen, Mr. Arjun, I'm not here to discuss philosophical questions with you. Please, I'm very careful when taking off the jewelry. Make sure that not alter any of the evidence. The Guardian State likes to pride itself in its tolerance and liberty. This is your chance to prove to me that those are not just empty words. Sorry, we can't have any chances here. If you want us to find the culprits, we stay from the body. So they're empty words after all. I pray that for the corrupted Guardian soul. All right then, I'm sorry. I mean, I'd let him... I mean, I don't mind him. Good evening. Laren? Ma'am, are you okay? Huh? Yes, we were just talking about our plans for breakfast and then he... Were you close? Yeah, I've been with a friend for a long time. I'm sorry for your loss. Are we safe? What if the sniper comes back? The sniper's long gone. They had to clear a target. You're not in danger. For a second I thought he just tripped, but then I saw... Do you remember the way he fell? I was standing to his right, and he fell away from me. So do you think the shot came from one of the buildings on the right? I guess so. I just stood there and stared at him. Then Smith came and pulled me aside. Thank you. Who has the key to the cupboard? I don't have it. Maybe one of the bodyguards do. That's all. People are on their way to keep you company. They should be here soon. So where's the bodyguards at? Hello, Neil Conrad, CDI. Are you with Mr. Baining? We already talked to your colleagues. I know, but I need your help with something. Do you know where I can find the key to the cupboard upstairs? Why do you need to look in there? I think it contains an important piece of evidence. I prefer you didn't mess with anything before Drovian authorities arrive. Drovian authorities? We prefer this handled by our own people. The sniper will surely be off the planet by the time that happens. We share our findings with them anyway, I promise. Oh, like you promised to protect Mr. Bainey? I understand you're upset, but we will take full responsibility this time when the time comes. Oh, you will, huh? What will the punishment be for a promotion? It's okay, Eddie. We don't want to fight. It's only convenient for Mr. Gara that one of the champions of Drovian independence is out of the picture. Please calm down, sir. We're on the same side here. I understand how you feel, but the perp is still out there. We need to get to him quickly. If they have another target, we need to find out now. Shouldn't be too hard. Who else is pissing your government off? Please be reasonable. I'm not your enemy. Yes, you are. Listen, the assassin might be on their way to their next Drovian target right now, and you can't do anything about that, but the CDI can. You decide if your personal grudges are more important to you than your people's safety. Just give him the key. It's not like there's anything in there. Fine, here's the keychain. The spare leads to something. Much obliged. Young, look at this. The bullet was inside this cupboard as we expected. Here it is. Good work. Hold on. Let me have a look. This kind of projectile usually doesn't go very far. They probably use a fairly small rifle, better disguised than the gunshot. It's probably from a distance of no more than 200 meters. I would say 250 tops. Good to know. Thank you. By the way, I forgot something earlier. There. Did you just flash me with the... You should be able to submit the sheet I sent you. I don't know if you have all the evidence yet, but you're now able to send me your conclusions once you do. So you think it came from the right. So it's not the rocket tower for sure. Could be the Sakura Hotel. Casino, and we know it's not the casino, so it has to be the Sakura Hotel. So let's pull out our fact sheet. I don't know, is there anything else that we can learn from this? Anything you investigate will be cataloged here and neatly organized by location. The bullet 234 567 31. Neil, I saw you submitted the sheet. Report back to Gary and ask him what to do next. Then you should get to that location. Got it. See you later. So it's like I tell you if you're right or wrong. Any new findings? The wood probably came from the Sakura Hotel. Good job, comrade. I'm sitting here to lock down the place. You head over there and I'll catch up to you as soon as I can. Listen, about those bodyguards. Cut them some slack. It took some convincing, but they helped me find the bullet that killed Banny. Let's cut them some slack and question them tomorrow when the shock is worn off. Since when did you have a soft spot for Drovian extremists? I don't, but these are special circumstances. Anyway, you should get going. I'm on my way. And ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for our look at Lacuna.
Until I was on my way back to the train.
Never mind.
The park's obscene size. The night was cool, and the mansion district was probably the quietest place in the whole center. It was one of the last spots in the area where buildings hadn't been stacked on top of each other like toy blocks. My head was unusually clear, and to my surprise, I noticed that I was in a good mood. In retrospect, I believe that it stemmed from a sense of purpose driving me forward that night.
Yang, what's up? Listen, Neil, the police just got an anonymous tip from the Sakura Hotel. Whoever sent it to them didn't provide a lot of details, just that they happened to have been in contact with a suspicious person. Why so vague? I don't know, but it looks like you definitely got the right building. Thanks, Yang. Talk to you later. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for our look at Lacuna. It's a lot of fun. Like I said, it's on summer sale right now for $8. It's normally $16. So go pick it up for yourself. Keep playing through the game. See how you do. See if you're a better detective than I am. Maybe you are. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. As always, helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Also lets me know I'm doing a good job. I'll be back at it again with more indie games, more indie demos, and great content like this from indie developers. Until then, Super Sleuths, I'll haunt you later.